Hey John, what are you up to?
Oh, Carolyn, I've been watching YouTube videos all morning about how AI is going to be able to do everything for us in the future. So I'm going to have it install all those accessories on my Honda Transalp.
I don't think you understand what AI is. What you have to do is you have to put those accessories on that bike.
Oh, I don't understand AI, but I can do that. Welcome back, everybody, to the Grand Shamrock Tour. What we're going to be putting on the bike, my Transalp, to make it very adventure and touring ready is we've already started with our luggage, and we've got some links to videos there that we'll put in there. But everybody digs on the Honda Transalp for what it doesn't have. And I will tell you, what it has far surpasses what it doesn't have. But what it doesn't have could be added to this bike because it's a great platform. And so what we are going to be putting on is heated grips, which are going to be essential where I live in Central Oregon. It can be 30 degrees in the morning and 90 degrees in the afternoon. We are putting on some hand guards. We're going to put an accessory electrical port because I do have a Garmin that we use for navigation occasionally, and it's also nice. There's already one USB plug on the Honda Transalp, but it's under the seat. Why we put it there, we don't know. And then we're going to we'll be putting on an electronic cruise control. And without question, the best one, if you trust the internet, and I trust the internet on this one, is the Veridian Cruise Control. And we reached out to Jackson and said, we have this channel. We've been having this great time traveling around America for years, and some of Canada too. And what do you think if we did a little review on your thing? And he says, well, I'd love to see what you guys think of it. He says, we're really happy. It's our #1 bestseller for the Honda Transalp, and we'd love to see what you do. So Jackson sent us a electronic cruise control and asked us, don't give it any review until you've tried it, you think about it, and if there's any problems, talk to us first. But he says, we anticipate that you're going to like it, but no expectation that you will. That's the perfect kind of product to have. It's just, let's get a real honest feel, because you guys deserve that. We're looking for those all the time, and we're pretty excited about it. That is to say that the best video that I encountered in the entire interweb for the Veridian Cruise Control install was the one Jackson did himself. So I'm going to have Carolyn give a link to Jackson's install video. We're going to do our own install video, which will include the cruise control, heated grips, accessory port, and hand guards. But I'm going to break it down into each one of those individually so that you don't have to sit and watch me for more than 12 or 15 minutes at a time. That being said, we're going to cover a couple of things that are really important right now, and that is we're going to do the disassembly, because this Africa twin is going to go to a naked twin in just about 15 minutes. So we're going to speed you through that. And I wanted to show this. This is one of the real important things. Everybody complains about these little Honda push pin plugs, and I will tell you, they are very uncomplicated. All you do is press the center of the pin. That'll release it. You can pull it out. We have a little tool that I'll put a link to. It's that we use for pulling all kinds of accessories on the BMWs. And then when you put it back in, all you need to do is you reset by putting the pin out like that, put it through the port, and install by snapping flush. And everything snaps, and although you can pull them off with a pair of needle nose, they ain't gonna stay back in again if you do it that way. So it's real simple. It is one of those things that people have been frustrated and struggled with, but if you do it this way, I think you're gonna find it. At that point right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get to work, Carolyn's gonna film, and we'll get you up to speed of what is happening next as we start that actual cruise control install. All right, this project is going to involve all electronics and electrical stuff. So we're going to start by disconnecting the battery. I encourage you, I know you probably can do it without, but I would encourage you disconnecting the battery. I see no downside to doing that. It just takes one extra step. when we go to test the product, we will need to re-hook up the battery for a second, but again, once this is done, it should be fairly easy. And we're going to take everything off the bike now so that we can access all the different points that are critical for the 3 installs that we plan on doing. All right, the panels are 3 5mm bolts and 2 of the plastic Honda push pins. So we'll simply spin those off. And each one is location specific. It's pretty easy to figure out. The top one doesn't have a flange. The front one does have that flange. And the bottom one, I believe, is the longest of the 3. And then what we do is we remove those 2 pins. Like I said, simply press, center, that releases, and then we have these little tools, and they're just super because they just lift it right out.
Oh, is that the tool you got off Amazon?
Right, got this off of the river.
Well, I'll put a link down below then.
There you go. It does make it a little bit easier because see, nothing gets damaged. Plastic to plastic. And then Honda uses the traditional grommet. They've been using this for as long as I can remember, the 80s. In fact, that's the same one that held my covers on my CX500, picture below. Okay, so we're going to pull the dash, the screen from this to provide access to all the ports and everything. Once you get it there and you remove that screen, there's just a quick disconnect here. You can see the grommet locations, and you can see some really small. Just make sure everything's lined up when you pull it out, and it'll cantilever back in when you put it back in. So that's it, and there is your Honda Transalp dash. It's a shorty. Okay, so this one's going to go right back in there. This just comes out real easily like this. And then we just got to put a block on that to keep it out of our way. All right, well, we got a naked Africa twin now. We've got everything off it, which provides us access to everything. Tank up and suspended. The majority of our work right now for the cruise control is all right here, and we'll be putting a couple of cables back, but everything is right here. You can see, so I don't want to confuse anybody. It took about an hour to get everything off, all the panels off. So it's not just just snip and it's done. This is one of those things that take your time. Everything worth doing right is worth the time it takes to do it right. So we did take our time. We replaced all the bolts as they came out in the location, so we'd know exactly where they go back in. And again, referencing Jackson's video from Veridian was very helpful because he does this, well, he does it for a living. So we're going to get to work now on installing the cruise control, checking it, and then a couple other things, and then take another couple hours to put it all back together again. All right, so we've got the Transalp completely naked, and everything that we need to access is right within our rates right now. Inside the box that Veridian sends you is going to be the wiring harness. This is basically the brains and control system right here, and it is a plug and play apparatus. The only thing we're going to be dealing with is this purple wire right here. That's going to be our brake interrupter switch. They gave us two controllers. So you got this one, which is the updated version of the controller, which allows you to install it. I really like this. You just have to pull the grip off. This one now, it's split, cams over the handlebar, and you can put it, which also gives you that ability to get a little bit of movement in there, which is nice. And I get to decide, do I want this one, which I really like the looks of, but it does locate that cruise control over a little bit further, or he's also sent us the one that is Transalp specific. So this one is same controller, same information, but it fits the actual form of the handlebar on the Transalp. And I'm going to look at them both. I'm going to decide when I'm just right there what is going to be my final decision. I love the idea of it being closer to the control, because that was like it. The cruise controls I've had in the past are very easy and intuitive. But the idea of it being with just the 3M tape, I'm less excited about. But we'll get to that point and we'll decide. So all the instructions, very good. They send you a bunch of zip ties. They give you everything to clear it. They give you this right here, which is their wiretap, and I will decide in just a few moments whether I want to use this or whether I want to use the posi tap. And what's going to make my deciding factor is where do I have enough space in there to run a posi tap. I've had great experiences with posi taps in the past. I've had okay experience with these, but Veridian knows what they're doing. They sent it to me, so we'll probably stick with them. Okay, so let me go ahead and get fitted here. You can see it's all just plug and play. Like they said, it's just a simple, this is the brains, this is the computer part of it, and you'll see that it has a USB port for diagnostics if you ever needed to. But I don't anticipate any problems from what I've seen. So let's go ahead and get to work on getting this in, doing our checks. It's got its own LED self-check system, which is kind of nice. We'll run all those system checks, and then we'll button it back up. And the big thing we're excited about is getting it on the bike and then doing a review on it, on how effective it is, functional, and getting it out there on the road. So let's get to work. This is going to go to the factory right here. This one's the one that's going to snake all the way back. So we've got our brake input wire right here, the purple wire from the control module. It has to line up with the, we have to crimp it and attach it to this black and blue wire, which will give a signal to the controller that the brakes are being applied. And so I am going to use Veridian's crimper or tap. rather than do a posi tap, just because I trust them that they know more than me. And then it's just a matter of trying to put everything back in after that. All right, I want to be able to get everything back in. So this should go on this side of that wire, that way it'll tuck underneath. We're going to put, so on this particular, on these taps, just make sure that you pull the actual tap out first. Don't try to do it with the plastic. You're going to want to do it first metal to metal. We can see we've got through there. You can see the purple. That way we know we've got a good contact there. And then all we're going to do is come through our black and blue wire. All right. You see we know we've made good contact there. Let me grab a pair of pliers. This is it, team. This is where this is where the rubber meets the road, where the wire meets the crimp. Happy with that connection. Looks good. We'll cover it up. We'll test it before we actually close it up.
Yeah, wow, snug.
At this point, we've got everything hooked up. We're still going to be attaching to our for our heated grips. We've got everything buried as suggested by Veridian. So I'm really comfortable with it. I like the way they had me zip tie it there, and it is solid. It isn't going anywhere. All the connections are good. We've reconnected the battery. We've reconnected the screen, and they want us to do a quick test. So what we're going to do is first turn it on. And we should get a yellow light, and that makes me happy. We've got a yellow light. Okay, now without doing anything, I'm going to touch the brakes, and if we get a interrupted red and yellow signal, that means the brake is working. Let me try the rear brake.
Yeah.
So we are getting everything at this point. It is giving us a clear. It is coded and everything correctly. Our connections are good, so give that to them. They did a great job walking us through that. Okay, we just did the diagnostics, and it is working perfectly, just as they said it would. And I love having that LED diagnosis. It's just really simple. You don't have to read a meter. You don't have to know if you're hooked up to the right wire. So let me give you a quick review. So here on the right side of the bike, we've been able to mount the controller here. Now I'm going to put heated grips on, so I still haven't secured this wire, but this is our controller, this is the actuator, this is the cancel, and this is the plus or accelerate button, so you can raise your speed. Okay, we've got, we know that the brakes work. If we come down, you can see this is the module right here that we've attached. They gave a really good location. I simply cut a couple of pre-drilled a couple of holes and slotted it out so that it goes right around that zip tie. Everything else seemed to tuck back there pretty well. I mean, the proof will be in the pudding when I start putting everything back on. This right here is the extra power source for the heated grips, and it communicates with the screen, so we can do everything that way. I don't understand it. I don't know whether it's got to go through this in the back. We'll find out together, but one of the things is we've tapped in. You'll see the line that we ran here all the way back. We ran along the brake lines. It comes all the way through, and it ties right in here into the comm center in the back right here. It was really easy. It mounted and routed really well. And like I said, it passed its test, which was better than I did in the 8th grade. So we're going to go ahead and button it up, because the last time I rode naked, oh wait, I've never ridden naked, but we're just ready to get this thing back together, and got a couple more things that I want to do while it's apart, and I'll take it out. So we'll get back to you on the review of the cruise control and how it worked. Get back to you on in the future, and in the meantime, thanks for coming along, and we will see you out on the road.